Hello. I'm going to be doing a playtest shortly, but I had an idea just before I came in here to start it of a tweak that I want to try. Let's see. Where do I actually... Oh, it's in this thing. Okay. So there's the sound effect. So I want to try... I don't know if this is a thing that's going to make things better or worse, but before I start, I want to try fade out, fade in. I don't know. Again, curious to see if that makes things feel smoother or not. Okay. So I'm going to check that first. While people kind of get notified that things are going. So I have modified the Bestiary. Okay. And now you can see there's like actual menu options down here. Okay, that's a lot better. Hello, Toby. Good to see ya. I've updated the Bestiary's functionality to actually have like... Yeah. A better menu at any existing menu. I don't know if I want to try to move stuff up a little bit. I don't want to put this text stuff over here or here because it could run into states or a long description. And it like just squeaks in down here. So I don't know if moving these both up, like moving kind of like shrinking this gap between this for these things kind of help with that a little bit or not, but yeah, definitely going for the book feel. But it's a lot more convenient to do this. I was looking at it because I was thinking about how I might want to do a quest log. And I'm thinking of doing it with hidden items for the quest log as well. And so as I was thinking through that, I'm like, I wonder how I can set stuff up with the Adventures Kit. Also, I fixed the bug, so if you just close there, it just closes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, let's go... So, I mean, I've been pretty preoccupied with the Guild Wars 115th anniversary stuff, but I have finished updating all of the equipment, and I've started updating skills. Let me grab Sophia, because she can just use anything, so I can test anything with her. You don't know. Let's just leave you. Let me grab Francis. How about you? So, you probably need tweaks. Let's grab her, actually. Oh, okay, good. I don't know why it bugged out that one time. Let's activate this. So, like I said, I've gone through... You know what? Let's just equip everyone else. Are you supposed to use a dagger or a sword? Okay, you're using a sword and... plate mail. Yeah, I deal with a character with AoE skills that felt too strong. I nerfed it a bit. I nerfed it a lot, but the single target character was the weak one. Yeah, balance can get weird sometimes. Okay, she's the sword and the dress. And then Francis is this stuff. Okay. I don't want to start the characters with equipment because I want to make sure that that equipment gets in the journal. But then you kind of have to figure out how you're sorting out which goes where. Mage's training. I think you can use that. And while I'm thinking about it, I should go ahead and do that. And then this can go on you. I don't know why it thinks I want to save to slot 20, but here we are. I do at some point in time want to figure out a different allotment of the bajillion loots that are found in this area. So this is going to be interesting, because like I said, I've gone through and like updated all of the equipment. So it'll be interesting to see how things actually look now. Yeah, like you can see this fireball is doing a lot less damage. 60 health. Yeah. So I don't know if I have... I think this one doesn't look like it's been fully tweaked. But I probably tweaked it some. I'll have to see if, like, I have over-nerfed any of these, but, like... I don't want the spell... Because before, like, last week in the playtest, the spells were doing way too much damage. This is probably doing too much at this point. I'll need to look at some of that. Although, you're using a dagger, so you're better off just attacking, probably. Yeah, so, like, this Get Well is probably healing for too much compared to where, like, Healing Spring is. Because, again, like, all the numbers were balanced around different HP values. These guys have about 100 HP, so I want stuff to kind of be like a 3-shot against them. Currently, MP Burn. This one's an interesting one, and this is part of why I chose this character, is I'm going to need to keep an eye on this particular spell as the game goes on, because the loss right here is 1/10 of her maximum MP, and because that's no longer going up the way it was, it's going to rely a lot on the fire damage value scaling up to get strong, but this is already hitting quite hard at like 80 damage or something. This is just like enough to just end a thing. Okay, I mean, those guys don't have a ton of HP. Yeah, I think she's just as good to attack here. Oh yeah, she's using it, or wearing a dress. Dresses increase how much you get healed by. But it's like, I'm tweaking a lot of numbers down, so... Actually, what would be interesting? So, 36 to 42, 26 to 44. Oh man, her accuracy is bad. Yeah, she's not going to do a whole lot of damage with stuff with accuracies that low. One of the things that I'm doing is I'm having to go through all of the spells and add in stuff that checks for spell accuracy, because I need to actually make it matter beyond just like hit or miss. I want to get the damage range, so I added a function for looking into that and whatnot. This guy has has good reasonably good at physical accuracy. Yeah, I need to get people equipment that's not rusty, because it's capping how much. There is some equipment that does reduce max MP. There's a variety of bracelet that halves your maximum MP, but makes it so that way your attacks restore 2 MP when they hit. I don't know if that's the proper value for restoration, but yeah, so there is that. But it does require that you attack. So like right now, her spell doesn't care about spell accuracy beyond did you hit or not. But like Fireball is set to scale, so the staff is providing Gedagte a little bit of additional spell accuracy. Or no, it would if it weren't a makeshift staff. But the makeshift staff doesn't have that bonus, if I remember correctly. Because it's a makeshift staff, it's not proper, so it's not as good as a staff that's actually properly made. Yeah, and Hunter's Strike is probably the right call here. Like, MP burn is just good at the moment. These things have a lot of earth. Yeah, you can see how hard MP burn hits. Doesn't really... no, I should use Sophia's healing spring, because she has more MP regen. Oh no. I don't know that Gus is any good here, but we're gonna find out. This is a lot of dudes, if that wasn't clear. You know what? We'll use your Gus too. Oh, great. Oh man, that's a lot of dudes. They have a really, really, really high earth stat as well. But you can see the new day's stats coming into effect. Okay, so Gust ain't good against them. Hello, Clean Star. Good to see you. I might need to tweak Gust up a little bit. I might have nerfed it a little too far. This is a particularly dangerous group, though. Right. Daze just makes all of her spells really expensive. That one can't actually cast, so let's go after this 80. Ouch. This group might beat me. We'll see. Oh man. A lot of days happening, which is not, like, bad necessarily. Yeah, I certainly get inspired by certain things. Yeah, these spells are all really expensive right now because of the dazed status. But I should still just be MP burning things, I think, at the moment. MP burn is very much so energy burn. Man, I'm getting some good magic evasion going on here. Wow. Those things must have really bad magical accuracy. I might need to go through... Actually, I should make a note for myself. Notes. What is today? The 24th? Yeah. Should have prepared that part ahead of time. Make sure enemies have appropriate magical accuracy stats. That seems like a good playtest note. Yeah, like Resurrection Signet. Like, yeah, that's totally taking some of the idea from Guild Wars. I get very heavily inspired by Guild Wars. Ow. Wow, all these magical volleys are really hurting. Okay, you resurrect Sophia. Wait, no. You protect Gedagte. You resurrect Sophia. You use the currently overpowered MP burn to try to get rid of this forgotten spirit. Wow. The amount of misses they're getting on that is crazy. What is their... Yeah, so like part of it is I've like been tweaking some values. This enemy in general, this enemy in specific is probably, like, I'm looking at its stats a little bit right now. You can't quite see it because the game's over top of it, but it's ordering in OBS. Forgotten Spirits. Okay. Cool. They have 5% spell accuracy, so their magical accuracy is utter trash. They probably need to have their earth stat tones down a lot. It's currently quite high. The main thing that making this a lengthy fight is that Stone Volley, when it hits, is doing a big chunk of damage, so I'm spending a lot of time on defense. In general, this encounter is probably the hardest one in this area. So in terms of, am I supposed to be spending a... Oh, okay, she needs to do that. Am I spending an inordinately long period of time on it? I mean, I am going to be spending a long time on it just because it is a very difficult fight for where things are. It's in part... Man, their magical accuracy is just so bad that any magical evasion that we have is, like, kicking in a lot. This would be a lot harder if they had proper amounts of magical accuracy. And yet, the best thing I can do is heal myself. Do I still have Resig charges? I do. Okay, that one's almost dead. I should be able to finish that one and then take out this last one. I'm probably going to need to tweak this enemy a little bit, but that's part of what you get with some of these. Yeah, like, that's the thing. I agree with you. Random encounters in general need to be done within, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 turns, maybe at the long end. Usually, probably averaging about 2 to 3. Or they just need to, or random encounter rate needs to be low enough that it's not a complete slog every single time you run into them. I just want to start getting this thing killed. I mean, MP Burn's going to do a real good job here. Like, part of it, too, is that... oh, good. That did so much damage because it was raged, which makes things take double damage. That's an unusually long fight as well. You know what? I could have been using potions in that. I give the player a bajillion potions. Yeah, let's just potion everybody up. I forget about healing items. I'm so used to just using spells to do the healing. Because spells are, like, infinite and potions aren't. But, like, a Forgotten Spirit is pretty normal. But the Forgotten Spirit stats, I need to kind of tweak them a bit. I think their Earth is too high. By a good bit. Their Forgotten Spirits. Their Earth is way too high. I mean, their magical accuracy is the only thing that allowed me to really get through that fight. They're just so weak in that regard. And, like, part of the thing, too, is the Forgotten Spirits are weak to blunt damage or striking damage or whatever, and I don't have any of that in this team. So that makes them naturally a bit more challenging. That would require me setting up a thing that can count the number of defeated enemies. It's a possibility. I haven't thought about it necessarily, but I could look into something like that. It's definitely specialized, though. Deals more damage depending on the number of alive enemies. So, like, it does more damage if more enemies are alive, or more damage if more enemies are dead. I assume it would work the other way. You could definitely do something that's like applies a buff to the stat this turn, and like that would raise it a little bit for hitting multiple enemies. Yeah, it's true. I can. What am I doing? Oh, I'm attacking. Yeah, Francis is able to take down those bats pretty easily. Woo! What happened to you, Gedukta? Okay. Actually, I should just use Francis's healing. I should take care of those issues. Oh! Good old reflection, I think. Realistically, I should probably go back for healing, but I went up the way I usually never go. Whee! Spell sword training. Let's go ahead and equip that to Sophia. I'm going to want the ice damage from that. I mean, technically just Hunter Striking is a good idea here. Yeah, Gust probably needs a little bit of a buff. On the other hand, it's basically kind of like spreading out. I don't know. It feels weak, but the thing is, it's hitting all of the enemies, and our stats are low at the moment. So it's like, is that good? Is that bad? I don't even know. Let's just do a stone volley here. Oh, they are not particularly affected by rock. Good to know. I mean, again, like a MP burn. My best choice here. Well, one of the things I'm getting the sense for is, did I like over nerf spells at all? Oh great, it dodged it. Oh well. Something that I think I should do is just check the resistances of stuff that I've got in this starting area. Oh, everybody leveled up. That'll help, technically. What? Oh, I hate this. Okay, so I can't cast Cleanse on her because this is classified as a healing spell, and you're not allowed to heal somebody at full HP. I need to see if I can fix that. Allow the healing of characters at full HP, so that cleansing skills can still be used. Now, I can get around this by walking, like, until I get the red flash. There we go. This is dumb, but this is how I have to do it. Like, now that I've gotten the red flash and she took a point of damage, she can be healed. Because that's how that works. Okay, yeah, I need to actually just add this note. Certain weaknesses and resistances of starting area enemies. They're a bit too durable at the moment. I think a lot could be done by making those starting area enemies actually weak to more stuff. As it is right now, starting with the Berserker or Special Forces that start with a pipe is actually real good because it gets you blunt damage, which helps a lot. Yeah, but like the issue only occurs if you're at full HP. So you can cure, because like what was happening right there, if it wasn't entirely clear, is the game won't let you cast healing spells on somebody at full HP, and that is categorized. Cleanse is categorized as a healing spell because it's an HP. It's a recover HP type. Like if I hide Astral Collision here, cleanse. Right here, you can see it's an HP recover type skill. And what it does is it uses like this plugin I have that adds class stuff to things. So it's like, okay, here's the class of the state. It's it adds types to states. Excuse me, is the way I should phrase that. So like it goes through the system in order to be able to do that. This is the primary functionality, with the healing being kind of secondary off of that. But because its type is HP recover, the game looks at it and says, ah, I see what you're doing there. You're trying to restore HP. Well, this person already has full HP, so there's no need to restore their HP. And that's why it wasn't allowing me to do it. That's just how it works. It's not unreasonable functionality. It just doesn't interact well with the way that things are set up with my system. So it's one of those things where it's all right that it does that in theory for like standard use cases. It's just not great for my particular situation. But that means that if they are... Poison does 10% max HP damage to you. So if it would be lethal, then you can heal. So it's not the biggest deal. Cave bats are just neutral to everything. Let's just have everybody gang up on this spider. Wow. That was a do-nothing turn. A real do-nothing turn. No, just gust or something, I don't know. Gust feels really anemic. Scouts is pretty good. I'm gonna come back in here for some loot later. I want you to attack the bat. Hey, I dazed it. For all that counts for. Yeah, whatever, you just attack it. Okay, let's go grab this gold. Wow, $2. Great. Okay, these guys are not bad. Like this is actually 60 damage. Hers is pretty terrible. I mean, as long as I'm fighting bats, it's not a huge deal. The bats are not difficult. The spiders... So the thing is, the bats have no weaknesses or resistances right now. And the... I'm just coming back up here to heal. And the spiders and earth... or the Forgotten Spirits do. There's more loot off to the left, but I want to go join the Adventurers Guild so I can start... getting stuff from them and don't have to worry about it. I need to remove that NPC. You know what, let's not. I always wonder if spellcasters in Guild Wars and in other games have an inherent advantage over physical professions. Spells cannot be dodged or evaded unless they're projectiles like stone daggers, but still. If you blind a physical, but he cannot do much, and also block doesn't block spells. Yeah, like, so the intrinsic trade-off is auto attacks from physical professions generally hit harder than wanding does from a caster, like in Guild Wars specifically. Like, it's so the basic thought process here is that you're having, like, just auto attacking does not cost resources, or like just using the simple attack command does not cost resources, whereas spells usually cost MP or energy or some other thing. Now, that's usually repaid by having more consistent damage. So spells in general are given more consistent damage in, like, not being able to be avoided and things like that that you're mentioning there. Part of the reason in Guild Wars, for example, there's so much anti-physical attack stuff is because physical attacks are actually very strong in terms of, like, DPS if somebody's just on you. Let me get this guy cleared out while I'm thinking about it. You no longer have a reason for being. Bye. So, yes, Adventurous Kit, thank you. So yeah, is there an inherent advantage? I mean, yes, there's a couple of intrinsic advantages. In Guild Wars in particular, some advantages of spells in all range damage types is you don't actually have to run up to the enemy, which takes time. That's part of why giving Deep Wound to the Paragon is kind of a big deal, because Deep Wound is generally primarily dealt by melee attackers in Guild Wars, particularly the original Prophecies release, and even in factions. You had to get up close with assassins as well, but they're more capable of doing that. So that powerful condition was mostly relegated to that and some weird shenanigans with Mesmers. So yeah, it's one of the things I'm trying to do with my system here is set it up. Cannot read property pages of null. Oh, this is spicy. We're going to look at this for a moment. Find proper page index. What is this about? Game event. I mean, I'm glad I just hit save, but... Okay, where are we in this from? Sorry, you can't see the full... Game map refresh. Yeah, so if you hit F12, I don't have OBS set up to capture the screen. If you hit F12, it brings up the developer tools, which lets you look at the stack and things. Oh, I wonder. Here, let's just refresh. Yeah, I think it was a weird bug related to the fact that I deleted the NPC that was right there. I'm not sure. That was strange. Seven of each, interesting. So yeah, slashing and piercing are bad against this thing. They're about half effectiveness. So yeah, here's the thing. Okay, so fire is just normal against them. They're weak to striking and water, but there's no water damage on that initial set of spells. So, because the reason why is the encoder just getting constantly overloaded here? I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't really this weakness doesn't mean anything. The reason why they don't have anything is because of our original design things. Healing Spring was the water generic. I kind of need to go back and reevaluate some of that. Add a tier 1. That's the right word. Water spell to the mage's skill set found in the cave. Because what's happening right now is these guys are weak to striking and water, and the spell set that you're given doesn't have water damage on it. Bats I know are just like straight across the board. Yeah, and cave spiders are weak to striking and piercing. But you're not given any piercing like right away, and they resist fire and earth. And they're weak to light, but you don't have light damage right away generally. Yeah, this setup's just kind of awkward. I might get rid of this fire resistance. I don't need this up right now. Okay. So as soon as I get some water damage, I'll be better equipped to take care of those guys. There is very easy to not know about this, but there is a chest over there with some potentially decent gold in it. You're asking earlier about stuff. This Oh, I figured out what this does, by the way, now. This charm bracelet reduces your maximum MP by 50%, but makes your attacks restore 2 MP on hit. So, if you were wondering, that's how you do it. This would actually be good for Gedagte. I'm going to buy one for her. No, it's hands, not an accessory. I feel like the first thing I really want to do is make sure I get better weapons. Actually, let's see, 633. Yeah, only she could use tomes. This is actually a really good item early on. I should get 2 of them, and I guess the Sun Wand would be good for Gedagte. Sophia. So this one right here gives just a huge raw boost to your stats, which means it's going to drop off a bit later on in the game. But right now, it's a huge benefit. Which is kind of the way that I want it to be. It's like, oh yeah, this is great early on, but late game, maybe not as much. I actually really like to get Francis the bow, typically. Ah, forgot that they could wield the Hero Whip. But I like to get the Hunter's Bow. Oh, Lady Isabella can use bows. That's cool. That's a range. Huh. Pyromancer's hat would be good for both of them. You know, I'm just gonna get one for Gedagte. There, stack some additional MP. Yeah. So having low MP could potentially be is definitely a state that you want to avoid. In terms of like the amount that you're going to be able to boost it by is going to be challenging to go past a certain point. I don't necessarily want it to be like extremely hard to get to, say, 90 to 100 MP, but you're not really going to be able to get above that very much, if at all. Maybe some food can help you temporarily get above that, but let's see. Did I get new weapons for anybody? I don't think so. Oh yeah, I did. I got the Sun Wand for Gedagte. And she gives her a little bit more MP. Is that supposed to give MP? Wands maybe are. Let me check my wand template. Or not my wand template, my scepter template. Yeah, okay. Scepters do give you 6 MP. Theoretically, if you're trying to spam a bunch of skills, you will run into problems with having low MP, and that will become a problem for you. Interesting, she has more water than fire. It's going to be hard for her to get above this 96 MP that she's currently got. And the thing is, if you're using a focus, it intrinsically limits how far you can go on some stuff as well. So I'm more concerned about managing MP regeneration rate than maximum MP, although maximum MP matters to some extent. Yeah, I still have it in my notes that I need to add stuff here. So many things that would be good to craft, but... Yeah, mostly against fire enemies. But the thing is, so I adjusted the formula. I'll talk about it in the video that I'm going to be recording after this one. I adjusted the formula for how much MP you get back after battle, and it scales up the lower MP you have. So if you're like 0 MP, it gives you about half back. But if you're at, you know, like 75%, it doesn't give you as much. So there is, like, persistent between battles. If you're using up a lot of MP, you're going to be kind of staying low and stuff like that. We're going to fight some rats probably here. Yeah. Oh man, suddenly these things are doing way more damage. It turns out getting a friggin' piece of equipment that increases all of your magical stats by 10-ish, 11 or whatever is real good. And it'll make you start dealing actual amounts of damage. I don't know. I don't remember what these guys are weak to. Yeah, this MP burn is now 10 MP. Yeah. Her stone volley is still terrible. Yeah, like the idea here is these are balanced more about MP regen rather than maximum MP. There is some amount of like maximum MP consideration, but like Gedagtez may be recovering like 5 MP a turn, so she can spam this indefinitely, but if she does, she's not going to get any MP back. So the idea is to kind of like, if you're using more expensive spells, you're going to run yourself out pretty quickly. Like this is going to, like if she's using this every turn, she's going to run herself out of MP eventually. So the maximum MP kind of determines how quickly that happens. But MP regeneration rate's definitely the value that I have a little bit of a closer eye on. I'm still wanting to make sure, like, these are not necessarily final MP costs or anything, but this is kind of like, is this about right? Like, I'm trying to kind of calibrate that still to some extent as well. Like, this spell's too strong. It's doing 150 damage right now. Yeah, I'd almost one-shot that rat. Gave us a lot of hide there, which is good. Another terrible makeshift staff. It's just a piece of wood. Gedagtez can probably get an offhand now, and I should probably get her one of those that I got the other ones. Hunter skills. I kind of like Medic's training because of restorative defense. Lady Isabella has healer's training. Mage's training here in Gedagtez. Yeah. I think I'm okay with where I've allocated stuff at the moment. Is that this one? Hey, mushrooms. There. You can have some extra HP from eating a mushroom. For a little while, anyway. Flame ooze, air ooze, and giant rats. Well, let's just end this air ooze's existence. Yeah. I'm gonna want to go... Oh man, her stone volley is still utterly bad. That's gonna hurt. There we go. Oh, dear. Let's resurrect these people. Stop sleeping on the job. I need to get better armor. That's part of the issue here. The other thing is I may be a little under-leveled for this area. I'm level 2, and these are more like level 3 or 4 enemies. Oh, goodness. That was a critical fireball for lethal. Wow. Hey, one shot the... We need to get back to town stat. Just make there be less rat. Hello, Hunting Swan. How are you doing? Let me show you my new and improved Bestiary. It looks like this. And there's now a menu option down here. Where I can, like, just be like, view another entry. And it does that. Which I view as a vast improvement. Let's go sleep at the inn. Hi, I need all the health now, please. Thank you. We got wrecked by some ooze. Whoa, weird lag spike. Okay, it's daytime, so I can go buy a new sword for... I was like, who was I giving it to? Give me these Royal Guard skills. Yes, I want a sword for... I think I wanted to get this for Isabella? Or should I get some shields? Nah, they're using stuff already. I'm gonna get a sword. You know what, yeah, let's get this for Isabella as well. There we go. That'll help. Okay. Let's go see about looting up here some more. Well, $12 was great. 83 over there, so that's actually meaningful. Grab some shrooms. Frost strike you. Aha, see, now I have parry stance. 100% chance of countering attacks for that turn. It's actually able to critical hit that thing. Those are still gonna hurt. Okay. I don't know how much I'm gonna use that one. I probably want to examine Bard's training. I don't think it's good at the moment. I feel like the stuff that I gave it, maybe more ironically, is useful later in the game. Okay, what were those spirits weak against again? They were weak to water and striking. Yeah, I don't have any of that on anybody yet, but as long as I avoid slashing, piercing, Earth, wind, and lightning. I should be fine. Also, I fixed the thing. So if I view the bestiary and then I decide I don't want to view the bestiary, it doesn't crash the game. So that was good. Where is... Yeah, it's up this way. I chose not to collect some of the loot over here. I needed to give her... Yeah, whatever. Just attack one of those. Gust for minimal impact. Hey. Able to critical hit with spells now. That's nice. There! Resting at the inn reset those skills, so... This spider, I think, will not appreciate being hit by that. Or, you know, it'll just avoid being hit by that. That's good, too. These spiders are really evasive. Maybe they're too evasive. There we go. Yeah, these are all labeled as physical skills, so they're all currently being disabled by paralysis. I can still guard, though. Wow, those things do not like light damage. This just leads over to where I can go get this loot. More iron ingots for my stack of iron ingots. Oh, it's evening now. Yeah, I kind of feel like those areas need to have some stuff in them, which results in a lot of boxes. I'm actually happy to see these bats. I want to get a wing if I can. Well, that's gone. No birthday cupcakes here. Have you been getting some birthday cupcakes over in Guild Wars land? There we go. Oh, level up. Pick it off as a good skill. Here, healed ourselves several times over there. That's a good question. I've been working on it for a while. I don't know, I'd have to look at the files to see if they have creation date stuff on them. But quite a few months at this point. It's one of those things where it's a bit deceptive for like how long versus like how much time-wise. Because that's kind of a different statistic, you know? And I'm not entirely sure. I don't keep track of it. Let's see. Yeah, okay, now good, I can use this. I feel like these are really good early. I'm not sure if I like that or not. I'll have to think about that more long term. Some of those scrolls are pretty useful, although their usefulness might be dropping off a little bit. Yeah, 120. That's probably a good sort of like, yeah, you can get to about here. 120, 130. Not much higher. Not sure. Breath of Life is going to be Wind Earth. I don't think that's going to be great for Gadekta. What now, Toby? What do I actually want on characters right now? Better weapons would help. Better armor would help. But I think I can make better armor at the Adventurers Guild, so might want that. I think I want to get a staff for Sophia. You're right. Yeah, like I don't spend an entire day working on it, but it's like you can calculate things out in days of work by saying, oh, I put this many hours into it divided by 24. Or, okay, let's actually... Yeah, okay, 69% spell accuracy. 144%, that's pretty good. The focus is definitely boosting that. Right. All of these are kind of equivalent. I think this one would probably be the most useful, the Snow Wand. I might save up for Snow Wand for her. Actually, do I have anything that I'd want to sell? I have 6 bounty slips. Hey, thank you for the follow. Takara 9, it looks like. Yeah, I'm definitely... Like, it doesn't matter to me necessarily how much time or how long it takes necessarily. It's... I don't know. Like, the process of figuring out, okay, how are my systems working? How do I want them to work? How do I want to change things that way they work more the way that I want? That sort of thing is kind of what's of interest or importance to me. Let's see. So I want to get a couple more bounty slips. Oh, buzzkills are actually... Okay, well, aside from the fact that they're absolutely smashing my face in, kind of what I wanted to see here. Okay. Yeah, I need to drop the healing thing from her because she's at the point where her built-in skills are good. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And like for me, a lot of working on this project, like I just want to finish an RPG Maker project because I have such a habit of starting them and not ever finishing them. That I really want to just finish one, you know? But like it's also the process of like sharing the development process and what I can learn from the development process. Those are things that are important to me. So I really like being able to sort of share that here. These things are awkward to fight because they have a pretty high counter attack rate. Right now I can tell I'm leaning on MP burn. Yeah, see? Counterattacked. And MP burn's doing a lot of damage. I mean, that's naturally going to happen. Ooh, did I get a wing there? I think I did. That's naturally going to happen when things are... I did. Excellent. I need feathers. I should be able to go make that hunter's bow now. But like there's a lot of... It's just a very different process analyzing a game versus making one. It's much easier to... Or like, it's a different set of skills, and so I'm kind of... Yeah. All these people could use this woodsman's axe. I don't really need it here, but I want to get this hunter's bow for Francis. That's going to help the team's damage a lot. Because now Francis actually has some friggin' physical accuracy stat. Yeah, I still want to get a scepter for Sophia. I should go see if I can craft some armor here. I can make an adventurous tunic. I need more hide for that. Okay, let's make some plate mail. Boost maximum weapon damage. I mean, that's... This is definitely good and I want it, but I'm going to need some more iron ingots so I can make plenty. I might want these... Yeah, like... It is. It's like, oh, that I... Like, making an idea manifest is a lot more work than it might seem at first. Because, like, the step one is having the idea, like, what is it going to be? But step two is, like, making that actually manifest, and that's a lot. That takes a lot. Let's get this for Francis. I've got this dagger there. Because there's real skills that go into making something actually work. Okay. See, I wonder how hard it would be. There's this space right here. And I'm wondering, let's see, I have a bunch of resistances. If I could put the percentages for, like, I could theoretically move this over here. It would be good to get element rates in here somehow. And I could use the icon for each element, or for each damage type, theoretically. And be like, you know, except there's not one for slashing, striking, or piercing. That's one of the things that's really awkward, is I don't have icons for those specifically. Like, I could use representative weapons, like a bow, a club, and a sword, but... Okay, well, where's my funds? Kind of lowish. I might need to get... Let's see. I forget what Gedagta uses equipment-wise. Am I sure that they can fit within the area? That's something I don't entirely know. I'd need to... Let's see. So I have 13 damage types. No, that's not true. 14 damage types. So I would have to arrange them in effectively 2 columns. Maybe, but it would be tight. I'm gonna step up here because I can heal for free up here. In this. And it's not gonna drop buffs either, which is useful. Oh, right. I want to equip her with something else. Royal Guard skills is not what I would consider an improvement. Okay, let's... Not Lady Isabella. Sophia, I can use any of these. Sure, why not? I guess I could go get... I'm gonna want to go to that mine soon. This town is super unfinished. It just takes a lot of time to put places together and start filling them out. And do I want this one or do I want this one? This one gives me more variety of types, but ice is also just really, really, really good in Kendra. It's because of how many enemies are weak to ice. So the world map size is kind of what it is. These internal maps, I make 30 for every square on the world map. So that town is 60 by 60 just because it's 4 by 4 or whatever. I don't know if that exactly answers what you were saying or not, but... Time to take a nap by the fire. Okay. You were using Mage's Training. I want to give you these because they're stronger. Yeah, I'm more trying to keep a consistent size between the world map and the individual tiles more than anything. Let's see, I can go get more iron here at the mine by going and picking up some of their excess pickaxes down over here. This mine area have kind of stumbled into making it quite large. Oh man, look at all these skills that I now have access to. I still need to go through and like modify a bunch of these. Let's just do this. Yeah, Steel Rune Arrow now. If she's got anything to do. Slicing ones I've modified, Sickling Soil haven't. This one I've also modified. It's fast and highly accurate. And a critical hit to one-shot that thing. That was a bunch of very solid hits. Okay. I need to make sure the encounter rate here isn't too high. Because you're not supposed to run into enemies like too often. It doesn't look like it's too bad at the moment. This area's just full of pickaxes. Make of that what you will. Let's see. She doesn't actually have a proper weapon yet, so let's just fireball this cave bat. Yeah, you can just attack this cave spider. I think it's actually weak to that now. Woo! Yeah, this one's way better. Sophia should be a little bit capped in terms of how much damage she can deal with that, since... Wow. That critical hit on that poor bat just ended it so much. I don't know if it's fun to run around and collect a bajillion pickaxes. But you're probably not going to be able to buy them because you can salvage them, so There's some gemstones. Good. Now I have all the iron I could possibly need. No, just attack stuff. Is Gust what I selected? Sure. Wow, we've really... That's interesting, because I'm level 3 now. It feels like we're actually able to fight those things. Part of that's because our gear isn't terrible. Which reminds me, I need to check how many bounty slips I have. 8. Okay. I'm going to activate this one. Yeah, I'm probably, like, biting off a bigger world than is necessary. So I can... I mean, really what I want to do is I just want to fight more rats. And I need to get some armor with these characters to see how if armor is living up to what it's supposed to. Yeah, let's frost strike one of these guys, and let's just slicing winds this one. Critical hit for 146 damage. Excellent. Counterattacks. You know what I should pick up is before I worry about that. Oh, no, she does not have Adventurer's armor on just yet. Or she would have the access to the antidote skill. I wanted to buy this. Okay, see, what I'm realizing is that I am very, very poor right now. And I need to be less poor. And to become less poor, I need to go fight some monsters. Also... that. There we go. It might be prudent, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, to go get some food. Oh. I mean, that's not bad. Yeah, I'll take that. Thanks. That suddenly seems real good. Whee! Plus 100 HP matters a heck of a lot more now than it used to. Let me just put it that way. Maybe that food is imbalanced? I don't know. Should I have food that gives you plus 200 or plus 100 HP? Maybe not. Let's just make note of this. Reevaluate how much HP Hearty Hero Stew gives you. That might be worth doing. Oh, right. I wanted to see about making some armor. I don't need more feathers at the moment. I could break that down into dust, but... There we go. I am poor. Okay, let's just go to the general store then, next door. I can buy an antidote there, too. Get rid of this stupid poison. No. Sell a few pickaxes. Those pickaxes are kind of a weirdly important loot. Let's see. I don't want to get her plate mail. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get a tunic for Sophia. That's fine. I'm gonna need more yarn here. I want 2 of these. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, boost maximum weapon damage by 8 for her. Yeah, this tunic... It's going to be worth more than that dress was, if you ask me. I really need to replace the sword. Well, I can replace it with a pickaxe for now. That's not ultimately what I wanted to be using, but... It's certainly better than that. Up to 85% physical accuracy. Axes are harder to use, so they lower your accuracy, so, like, some characters are going to be able to use them better than others. Wow, this sun wand is real spicy on her. She has no strength. That's funny. I really need to get her spell accuracy up higher. It's nice at the moment, but not good enough. Who holding their wand? Gadagta? Fortunately, it's light. But yeah, I get you. Okay, I just need to hunt monsters at the moment. See, this is the part of the game where what I really want is I really want to start getting quests in. So that way you can, like, do quests for bounty slips. Because what I need is this group. As I need bounty slips. I can guess everything. That's not the worst starting point. One of these is super weak to metal. I think it might be the air ooze. Actually, no. Thunderstrike the water ooze. Water pulse the flame ooze. Oh, that water pulse needs to be tweaked back down. Oh man, it's nice to actually have some HP from that delicious, delicious food. Ow. I needed it too, my goodness. Yeah, I was right, that guy was weak to metal. I mean, I've got a pretty strong healing spring here. But Lady Isabella needs something better. So I'll give her something better. Yeah, I'll just heal her with her own skill. Get well has currently not been tweaked down, so it's healing for a little bit more than it should. Also, healing spring would be reduced. Okay, I can now get to the next tier. So that's good. Oh, this is an interesting mix. That's Earth, right? Yeah. Let's start by fireballing this buzzkill. One of the things I have to keep in mind, though, is like these stats are not necessarily representative of or like the information that I'm giving is maybe not. I don't know. How do I give good information? That's what that's about. I mean, you can attack it. What I should probably do is tweak Water Pulse down. And I mean, I'll take the goo. Goo is useful crafting material. But like, I want to put quests down over here in the residential district, right? I have this whole residential area with like nobody in it. I don't know how much y'all have seen this on camera, even on these playtests, because there's just like a bunch of empty houses. It's like, cool. What am I going to do with this empty house? Play organ music. Why do all these homes that I'm walking into have organs in them? I guess those guys are like the organ club. Yeah. Prized sword. Like, so there's going to be NPCs in these houses that you're going to be able to talk to be able to get quests, to do stuff. And, like, that's a way that you're going to get bounty slips, right? That's honestly just like fighting random encounters out in the overworld is not necessarily the primary way for getting these where I want for getting bounty slips. But it's talking to like NPCs and doing quests, but I have to build a whole quest system. And see, this is one of the things with the development is like so much of the first part of it is getting your foundation set up for doing stuff. Is there anything down here? Water. Feels weird to have that not make noise. But so much of what you do initially is just like you're getting stuff set up. Like mechanics wise. I do love doing that where the outer zone of a building is the quieter version of the music inside. 43. And it gave me 51 gold. Yes. Because, like, the thing is, the primary way you're supposed to get money in Kendra is bounty slips. And so it's like, you know, having quests that gives you bounty slips is going to be kind of important and stuff. Okay, I now have enough that I can go get Sophia that ice wand that I'm wanting to get her. Why do I walk in that one? It just means I have to walk further over here. Snow wand. Yeah, it's better for her than this pickaxe for a couple of different reasons. Okay. Yeah, she now has 99% spell accuracy, which is good enough. I could boost that even further with some bracelets, actually. Like, part of why Gerag Te has such good spell accuracy is because she's wearing the silver bracelet. I don't have enough money for a bracelet at the moment, though. I could probably get enough by selling a couple pickaxes. I don't need these. Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's a lot of iron ingots. I'm gonna sell 3 iron ingots so that way I can afford the gold bracelet. And give that to Sophia. It raised her max MP as well. That status screen for like what your gear does. I really, really feel like I need more information there than I currently have. So right now, Sophia can't actually critical hit with her physical attacks, her standard physical attacks, because she doesn't have more than 100% accuracy. That's required to critical hit. But now her spells can start criticalling. Francis could not, like, Francis can't currently use magic worth anything if it's not, like, healing magic. Lady Isabella's kind of in a similar boat. Her crit rate is kind of low. Gadogta also cannot crit with physical attacks right now, but she can easily with spells. Well, relatively easily anyway. Francis is the best able to critical hit with physical attacks at the moment. Your critical hit, you have to deal more than 100% to be able to critical hit, and the higher you are above it, the higher your crit chances, effectively, with the way that I modified stuff. So the big thing right now is I just would want to kind of finish getting equipment. Like, Gadogta is still wearing a tattered dress. She's got a Pyromancer's hat, but her dress is tattered. I'm going to have to get her, like, healer's robes or something, though, because she can't use, like, any of the standard, like, tunic stuff or whatever. And I still haven't finished tweaking all of the enemies, so I'm kind of stuck to certain areas that I can go before I start getting enemies that are going to be, let's just say, not calibrated to what my characters are doing. Ooh, I can wand strike. I don't need to. Faint. Yeah. Death strike. Careful blow. Actually, let's just careful blow this buzzkill. Hunter Strike is very strong right now. These are also absurdly powerful and need to get nerfed, but that's true for a lot of things. Well, there goes that buzzkill. Yeah. Armor is starting to kick in. Yeah, I just need, like, hide and bounty slips. So just wandering around these areas hoping to fight rats is probably the best thing I can do. Yeah, like this encounter. Man, she's critting a lot of those. Ice is so good in Kendra. I kind of like having that being the case, though. Ooh, water ooze, you say? Slicing Winds, the buzzkill. Yep. Aha! Whew. Wow, that water pulse just hits really hard right now. Like, if I did not have... That would have been a one-shot if Lady Isabella wasn't full of the plus 100 HP stew. So, just some context. Sure. Yeah, that's one of the things, though, is, like, Lady Isabella wearing plate mail means that she's going to take less, or be less effectively healed by certain stuff. Now that I'm a higher adventurer's rank, though, I can, if I wanted, I could cook and make some fruit salad. Fruit salad's not bad, so I'll make 2 fruit salads. Also, apparently I encountered enough dudes to actually make some fruit salad. So that's cool. Oh, yeah. This encounter is really good for making fruit salad. You go after the air ooze. So if you go after earthen with that. Water. And water. In a different way. Earth is weak to metal as well. Three goo, orange, grapes, apple, and cherries. Oh, and a level up. That's nice. I always enjoy a level up. What sort of stats are we looking at on Sophia right now? Yeah, that carved oak focus is doing a lot of work. The adventurer's gauntlets are doing some stuff there. They boost guard effectiveness. Oh good, giant rats. One strike probably even has a higher hit rate. Whoa! 614 damage to that thing. Wow. What's your stats on that thing? So that would have been 118 times, what is Bo's crit multiplier? Like 3? And I think those things are weak to piercing. Giant rat. Failed to load image hide.png. Interesting. Game? Oh. This is interesting. Interesting that I just keep getting a... Oh, okay. Well, I have to reset there. Now, I wonder how this happens. Oh. I know what's going on. Okay. Make overworld music not use temp, as that has a tendency to break things. Temp should only be used for one-shot activities, actions. Okay, I know exactly what's going on here. Why have I not run into this before? Like, it shouldn't be a problem here. Yeah. I wanted the giant rats. Yeah, they're a bit weak to piercing. So the reason why that was breaking there... Actually, I'm not entirely sure why it was breaking then. But, just to kind of explain what was going on there. It's Astral Collision. This one? Yeah. So if the day-night cycle advances on, then it does some stuff. But what this does is, like, every frame, or it's on parallel, right? So it just goes into temp, and it sets temp equal to this thing, and then it does some checks in order to kind of move stuff around. And I need to just not use temp here because this happens in parallel. Anything else that looks at temp, because it's just a temporary variable, can get set by this because it can take multiple frames for stuff to process. It's very, very weird way that stuff works. But this basically keeps overriding temp with what? Region 1? So if I go over here and I look at items, item 1 is hide, which is why it was saying it couldn't find hide.png, because that's what was happening. So what this does is the bestiary, it stores this item in temp. And so I'd select the item, but then the parallel control would go through and be like, oh, I'm going to set the world region you are in for checking music. It's like, okay, it sets it to 1. So it does that somewhere between here where I set it here and here where I check it for open bestiary. This script right here. So somewhere between there and there, it's getting set to 1 because it's like, oh, that's the world region you're in. Why I've not run into this before, I do not know, but I'm glad to have run into it now. And I've had other issues with this sort of thing too. So all that's telling me is that I just need to set temp to, or not use temp for the thing, because what's happening is that weird order of operations thing is occurring where that's getting set in between these, and that's causing this to look at the wrong thing, and that's why it was breaking. So I know why that happened. Glad to have run into that bug. That's a weird bug, let me tell you. I'll fix that later. I have it in my notes. That's not going to be a hard fix, though. Maybe I should fix it now. Why not? Okay, so right here's where I first set it. World music temp. Okay. We'll use that. It's not equal world music temp. World music temp. There, that should fix it. So now that if day-night cycle is on, then we set the world map audioscape to -1, and then world music temp equals that, and then if they're not the same, then we set it to be the same, and we figure out which one we're actually playing. I'm just going to take a quick scroll through. I don't think temp gets used anywhere else there. There, that should solve that. Does this one? Okay, that just does that. Okay, so when you enter the world map, it automatically does it as well. Okay. That should solve that weird bug. I don't know. Let's get Astral collision back up. Okay, so this should be fixed. Done or whatever. I'm just recording stuff in my notes. And then I also want to make turning in bounties automatically set temp to your current number of bounties, because that's what is wanted like 99% of the time. Cool. Right. This is going to work a lot better if I select Astral Collision, so I can actually move. So now, if I go up here, that shouldn't happen again, and I should just be like, yeah, here's a plane scorpion. And yeah, it showed me the plane scorpion. And instead of trying to load hide.png, which doesn't exist, because why would it? Although theoretically I could do stuff like that. Let's go, let's see, what else? Yeah, I just wanted to get stuff up for... Man, food's so useful. Slicing wins that buzzkill, I guess. I don't know. Well, or not. These guys are a little bit trickier to hit than I remember them being. Go after the high HP one. There we go. Excellent. I guess, how much do I want to make sure I've gotten? Really, the only thing I would do would be to get Gaddock to something other than this tattered dress. How much, or how many bounties do I have? 14? Okay, yeah, let's go turn those in. I use this entrance a lot. That NPC is there just that way you can... Oh. Okay, I've wandered around enough that my stew wore off. I'll make the game harder. Yeah, you earn more gold the higher your rank is. They encourage you to get a higher rank in adventuring. Yeah, you. So Gaddock can use this healer's robe, and that's like it. That's gonna cost 60, and I have 49 right now. Cool. Do I have anything I want to sell? I have a lot of iron ingots. I have the stone I'm not really doing anything with. There. Figured out the system. Sell the guy some rocks. This grants more MP regen. Man. Equipment really needs to have a more robust display system, not just stats, but it's like it becomes a space problem, you know? Like having a full detail thing. Your plate mail allows the inspiration from this armor to flow into your leadership and give an inspiring shout to really buff your party. It's like maybe I need to make a thing for allowing me to display equipment like full stats or something. I don't know. I don't know. Like the problem that I have here is that like you can't see what this does, and what this does is like +3 MP regen, gives you the skill and Omni to damage to 20% or something, which doesn't come up that much, but like this plate mail is like half damage from striking, piercing, and slashing, and then 75% damage from fire, water, earth, and wind, but also like 75% healing. It's just there's a lot of stuff there where it's like this does not give you the full picture of it the way that it is. Well, I kind of feel like at this point I don't necessarily have a whole lot more that I'm testing for. I can just get some more equipment, but like I need to tweak skills, I need to tweak more enemies. So I think I might wrap up the playtest here. I don't know what else I would be looking at necessarily. It's still kind of like mid update because there's just so many things to update and whatnot. And it's kind of like, I don't know, occurs in the middle of when I would kind of do stuff, which is nice because it lets me work on stuff afterwards. But does anybody have any questions before I wrap things up? I'll give a little bit of time for that question to go through. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any comments in chat, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. I got more stuff to work on, so I will be doing some of that. But I'll be back tomorrow for a Guild Wars 1 stream. A little bit shorter today, but you know, that's always gonna be the case. Is like I don't know how long these are gonna go. So thank y'all for watching, for commenting, for asking questions. I always appreciate it. But for now, Saint your way. Bye, everyone.